All right, this soda I have is just the tiniest bit crinkled, so I'm a little worried about popping this thing open, but let's see how it goes. Okay. We're good. Nothing bad happened. Okay, good. Good evening, college football fans, and welcome to the penultimate and most impactful episode of College Football 26 season-long Imperialism. We began all the way back in late August, I believe, starting this thing out with 136 teams in this map, all vying for one goal, the Imperialism national title. And now we will find out which two teams sorry. We will find out which two teams will play in the national championship on Monday at 2 p.m. There's only 10 left. You got Oregon, BYU, Arizona State, Texas State, Notre Dame, Illinois, Tennessee, Ohio State, UCF, and Miami. And in true representation of the parity of college football, none of these teams were in the top 10 for season-long Imperialism last year. They are all newcomers. I mean, Oregon and Texas State both made it during the marathon, and Ohio State's made appearances, but in terms of the full season marathon, these are all teams that had bad luck last year and have made it all work this year to make it this far. So we have 10 teams remaining on the wheel. We're getting all the way down to 2 today in a supersized 8-game episode. So let's shuffle this wheel. Shuffle one more time because I didn't see that happen. And get this party started. Who will be the first team to battle in these incredibly important top 10? Is it Tennessee? Oh my God, please don't tell me it's Tennessee. It's Illinois. It flips at the last possible second, which means it's probably Tennessee regardless. Oh boy. So Illinois borders Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Tennessee. Those are the three teams that could play in this opening salvo of the tournament. Let's spin this arrow and find out where they're headed. That's going to be Southwest, and the Volunteers have to play again. That is their 5th game they've played in the last 9 contests. They are the Michigan of this year. It has been decided. So, Illinois versus Tennessee. It's a rematch. Illinois won the last one and knocked off Tennessee's extra life, and now we'll see if the Fighting Illini can earn an extra life themselves and beat the most well-traveled team on the map, or remaining on the map. Let's get it set up. Hold on. And we're back in. Tennessee will be the home team, as expected. And there's Illinois. They're playing each other again, folks. Let's get these uniforms right. We'll go with the home uniform for the Volunteers. And then Illinois, I think we'll go with their home uniform as well. Just to have some differentiation there, because it's orange on orange. Okay. Give me 1 second to get the lighting right. We've been using this setting a lot. There we go. It's going to be an 8 p.m. game, and I think the first one we're doing is the LA Bowl. Let me double check to see what the vibe is. Oh, come on. Hold on. Pop over here. Yeah, the LA Bowl is first, so let's get that queued up. Bowl, Pop-Tarts Bowl, Fantasy Bowl, Rape Bowl, Holiday Bowl, Liberty Bowl. Is it not here anymore? There it is. Still hosted by Gronk. That's insane. And we'll go 6 p.m. for this. SoFi Stadium, 7 minutes. Let's get it going. Folks, welcome officially to the top 10 of College Football 26 season-long Imperialism in our first game of the night. It's our most traveled team, just like last year. It took a while for us to find the Michigan equivalent for this season, but it has arrived, and they show up here in the orange and white. It's the Tennessee Volunteers playing in yet another game. I believe this is their 9th game of the tournament, and it's a rematch, taking on the Illinois Fighting Illini once again. Give me 1 second to pull up these rosters. Oopsie. Hold on. There we go. Fans are getting excited. We're here in beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, to get this one kicked off. I'm going to pull up the rosters so that we have those ready to go, because something tells me we're going to have to watch this baby all the way through, or watch the end of it at least. There goes the opening kick. Illinois will return. Here comes the return to the 10, to the 15. Doesn't get much further than that, down at the 19-yard line, which is where Luke Altmaier and this high-powered Illinois offense will get things started. Joey Aguilar, the other quarterback, he's been inconsistent, has had a lot of low-yardage games, but he's gotten the team this far. He's made plays when it has mattered, including in a 39-36 double overtime win over Georgia last episode. Altmaier throws outside. It's going to be caught for a short gain, and we will take this pivotal game to Super Sim right now. Can Tennessee stay alive and get revenge for their loss against Illinois? Let's find out. Illinois starts with the punt. Tennessee starts with the punt. They're going back and forth. Neither team can score. We go to the second quarter. Illinois still hasn't scored. Tennessee still hasn't responded. They go up 7-0. Illinois immediately responds 7-7. Go to the third quarter. 14-7. Illinois trying to put it away. It's 14-10. And stop. 4:28. It's time to jump in. Here we go. Illinois is up 14-10. Tennessee is on the outskirts of the red zone. And I should probably just put this controller down here so I don't screw up the connection. Aguilar lines up his men. 24 yards from pay dirt. He hands it off to Bishop on the outside, and Bishop is crushed for a loss of 2. He's once again over 100 yards. He's been the best running back of the tournament this season, but that was not a good play call on 2nd and 8. You got to trust your quarterback. I know he hasn't been good, but it's football, man. You have to trust your quarterback to win the important games. 3rd and 10. Aguilar hands it off again on 3rd down, and it's a complete failure. An absolutely embarrassing play call with 3:40 to go, because now they have to kick a field goal. Sure, they have all 3 timeouts, but their defense has not been very good this second half. Oh, boy. That's one of the worst play calls I've seen. Now it's going to be Max Gilbert, who has been very inconsistent. He has 4 or 5 missed kicks this tournament. Let's see if he can make this a 1-point game. The kick is up, and it is no good. Max Gilbert has missed again for the Volunteers. And this incredible journey for Tennessee, where they've won the SEC in Imperialism, looks like it's going to end here in California. Altmaier takes the snap, all-out blitz, throws short, and it's going to be caught by their tight end, number 85. That's Tanner Arkin making the catch, making it 2nd and 4. Can you imagine throwing the ball? Crazy concept. Absolutely crazy concept. 3 minutes to go. Illinois is officially going into 2 clock mode. Tennessee has not called their timeouts yet. Altmaier sends a man in motion. They're just going to go delay of game. Running the clock all the way down 40 seconds and bringing it back to 2nd and 9. That is... I can't say I understand that move. So now it's 2nd and 9. They lose all the benefits of that early pass. And now they're probably just going to go inside zone. Here comes Arkin in motion. Altmaier hands it off. No, he fakes it. Throws short to number 21. He's got space. Aiden Lafferty gets a first down. And Tennessee calls their first timeout. If Illinois gets one more first down, they will have eliminated the last SEC team from this tournament with 8 games to go. Folks, the SEC is falling apart in front of our eyes. It's really sad to see. Altmaier, 5-man pressure, throws short, caught, wide open. The wide receiver gets up there. There's the second time out for Tennessee, and they are out of options. One more first down ends this ball game. Altmaier going to throw again. Hit and sacked. Tennessee calls their final timeout. Now it'll be second and long. Illinois is outside of field goal range. But a punt would trap Tennessee way, way back there with barely any time on the clock. They've gotten out of crazier situations, though. Altmaier fakes the handoff. Wants to go deep to end the game right there. And it is dropped. It's dropped by number 13. Oh, my God. It's Hudson Clement. He's been their best receiver on the year. But it looks just like Miami of Ohio. Just run the ball. Drain the clock. It's not that complicated. Altmaier with the season on the line. Lafferty's going to go to the bench. What the hell is he doing? There's the deep ball on the last play. It is dropped and incomplete. There's an injury. Jackson Moy is down for Tennessee. What the hell was Aiden Lafferty doing? He just left the field. I think they had 10 men. And then he was standing on the sideline. I don't know why they didn't call that a flag. What is this computer doing? There goes the punt. And it's a pretty good punt down at the 10-yard line. But Tennessee will have the 2-minute timeout. Illinois completely fumbled the bag there. So here's Joey Aguilar with one final chance. Sends the tight end in motion. And he will hand the ball off to Deshaun Bishop. Bishop with a little bit of space, 15 to the 20. He gets across to the first down. That'll be the 2-minute timeout. Now they better not run the ball anymore. I've never seen a more backwards play philosophy from two teams playing at the same time in my life. Neither one of these coaches knows how to play the game of football. Press coverage on the top of your screen. We'll see if Aguilar takes advantage with 2 minutes to go. He takes the snap. He will throw. Launches deep. It is caught. There goes number 1. Splitting the defense. A beautiful play to Travis Smith Jr., the true freshman. And Tennessee is in business with 1:55 to go. Now you have to worry about going too fast. Because the clock is only going to start running. Or it's not going to start running. Now it starts running after 15 seconds. 1:50 to go. Press coverage again. Aguilar drops back. Waits. Launches deep. That pass is intercepted. Xavier Scott is going to end this game and send the Tennessee Volunteers packing along with the rest of the SEC. A truly shocking moment in Imperialism history. As neck radiates throughout SoFi Stadium. Altmaier takes the knee. The SEC is dead. Long live everyone else. Illinois beats Tennessee twice in 2 episodes to eliminate the Volunteers, take out the Cinderella Killers. And one of the lowest ranked teams remaining in the tournament fights on another day, and they might have an extra life. We're going to have to double check that. Let's go to the map. And let's take a look here. Yes, Illinois has an extra life after that victory. Unbelievable. Here we go. A slightly different orange. In Tennessee, you've been the Cardiac Kids all tournament. But you couldn't do it another time. Bye-bye. In the first game, too. That's insane. There we go. Oh, 1 second. Okay, we're on the right one. Go. It's a very squiggly border we got to get rid of. There it is. And we can make that bigger 100%. Oh, yeah. Look at that big eye. It's like Mike Wazowski up in here with how big that eye is. Okay. Illinois becomes the second team of this tournament to beat one team twice and get an extra life from it. Arizona State also did it, and look who shares a huge border with them. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's go to the wheel and eliminate Tennessee. Down to just 9. Let's go to stats. So you got Joey Aguilar, 12 of 20 for 150, 2 interceptions. Backbreaking. Luke Altmaier, 13 of 18, 255, and 2 scores. Once again, they did not have a rushing attack whatsoever. There's something in the chat, and I can't see that because stuff broke. Oh, no, there we go. We can't see what you're doing. What are you talking about? Uh-oh. That's not good. Give me 1 second. On the map. Oh, it's big. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Pop up here. Yeah, look at that. Well, you'll see the results in 1 moment. There we go. Hate it when I thought I had solved that problem, but apparently not. There are so many little things about OBS that constantly get screwed up. But there we go. No rushing attack for Illinois. They only had 14 yards. Tennessee, once again, had a great running game, but Star Thomas was completely absent. Was he hurt? Yes, he was. That's a big factor. It's why they lost. Receiving, Braylon Staley with 24, Chris Pizzell with 48, Mike Matthews with 18, Travis Smith Jr. with 34, Kitselman with 9, Star Thomas with 4, Rodarius Jackson with 13. Tanner Rocker with 28, Hank Beatty, 129 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. Huge game for him. Colin Dixon with 24, Hudson Clement with 52 and a tutty, Cole Rusk with 8, Aiden Lafferty with 14. We go to defensive. Miles Scott had 7 tackles, had a huge game. Dylan Roshek with 3 TFLs and half a sack. Gabe Jackus adds 2 more with half a sack. Kurt Neal adds 2. Demetrius John had 1. Gentle Hunt had 1. James Thompson Jr. also had 1. 2 interceptions for Xavier Scott with 36 return yards in the day. No pass breakups, no forced fumbles. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to Tennessee. Only 4 tackles for loss. Bryson Easton with a sack. Dominic Bailey with 1 TFL. Joshua Josephs with 1 and 1. No interceptions. Only 1 pass breakup from Jermon McCoy. Jalen McMurray forced a fumble. Returned it for 13 yards. No blocks, no safeties. No touchdowns. We go to the kicking game. Max Gilbert, 1 of 2. A massive missed field goal. And then Illinois. David Alano didn't have to kick a single field goal, but he made 2 extra points. And those ended up being huge. As we go back to the main menu. We return to the wheel with 9 teams left. First, we have to update that. Let's shuffle and find out who's going next. Is it Notre Dame? We're getting all the big teams first. We're not going for the little guys. We're just going for the most important ones. Notre Dame just lost their extra life after losing to Utah, and now they are vulnerable in facing the four biggest teams in the map. This is a pseudo-national championship, if you will. They're bordering BYU, Arizona State, Illinois, and Ohio State. Let's see where the arrow will take them. One of the most important spins of the tournament. Here we go. That's going to be straight east. And that is a rematch of last year's real-life national championship, as Notre Dame will take on Ohio State in the Las Vegas Bowl. Let's get the lighting right. There we go. And here we go. Notre Dame versus Ohio State. This is one of the only teams left on the map that can hold a candle to Ohio State's talent. Can Notre Dame get revenge for last year's Natty and knock out Ohio State's incredible positioning on the east side of the map? They're going to wear their heritage stripe home look. And Notre Dame will also wear their home uniform. There's the Las Vegas Bowl. 7 minutes. We're going to go 6 p.m. Here we go. Two of the proudest programs in college football. One with the no longer defending, but last year's national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Ready to enter the field of play for another battle. Only, what, their third? No, it's their fourth of Imperialism. And they're taking on a well-traveled Notre Dame team that just lost to Utah and is looking to prove that they do belong in end-of-season tournaments. The Fighting Irish run onto the field. There's their mascot. It's the highest profile game in Imperialism history, and I can't wait to get it started. So Ohio State will kick off. Notre Dame will start the game with the ball. There goes the kick. It'll be returned to the 5 to the 10. The spin gets rid of one tackler, but he's only able to get to the 20-yard line. So here comes C.J. Carr, who's getting very close to becoming the tournament's leading passer, as Marcus Freeman gets him hyped up on the sideline. Jeremiah Love also in this game, bumped up to a 97 overall at running back. Bo Jackson also extremely good. 89 overall for a freshman is crazy work. Carr waits. Still waiting. Gonna launch it short. It's gonna be caught by Raritan. Oh, that's not Raritan. That's 87. That's Cooper Flanagan, the backup tight end, making the play. And that'll take us to Super Sim. Here we go. Notre Dame can't start with a touchdown. Ohio State does. Notre Dame can't respond. It's 21-0 with a pick six. 21-7. Can Notre Dame somehow come back? No. No, they can't. It's 28-7. This game is going to go all the way through in Super Sim. No, it's not. 3:13 to go. Notre Dame still has all their timeouts. Ohio State on the cusp of field goal range. They might be able to make this comeback from down 28-7, but they need to stop right here. One more first down ends the ball game and gives Ohio State a huge territory. They've run the clock down. Sayan runs it himself, and he gets the first down. Notre Dame calls their first timeout. They're much closer to field goal range now, and Notre Dame is this close to being cooked. Just like last year, it comes down to one stop. They're going to need a sack in order to really feel confident about this. Sayin hands it off to Jackson. He cuts outside and he's taken down by number 97. Who knows who that is because the roster updated and I can't see him anymore. Notre Dame called a second timeout. We go to 2nd and 9. Sayin hands it off to Jackson. Jackson is stopped again. Barely any gain. He only has 50 rushing yards so far. It's 3rd and 9. Season on the line. Will they go to Jeremiah Smith just like last year? Sayin calls out some potential blitzers. He waits. He's going to throw. He launches. That pass is caught, and there he goes. Down to the 15-yard line. It's number 1. That's Brandon Innes, the wide receiver, flying away and giving Ohio State another win over Notre Dame. And they're going to be mad. They're going to be mad that we're eliminating them. Even though we gave them an extra life for 5 wins, the journey ends here for the Fighting Irish. Sayin hands it off to Jackson. Jackson gets some space and spins into the end zone for a touchdown. So we're not quite done yet. Notre Dame will have the 2-minute timeout, but they have to score 2 touchdowns and convert an onside kick just to tie this ball game. The Irish fans can't believe it. The Buckeyes fans are going nuts as they look to eliminate a feisty Notre Dame team that will once again fall short of any sort of meaningful trophy. Snap, hold, kick is good. It's 35-21. There goes the kick. Notre Dame's going to try and make something out of this return. They can't really do it. It's Jadarian Price returning it. And now here come the Irish with everything to play for. They need to score as fast as humanly possible. Ohio State going in ultra drop coverage. Carr launches it deep. That pass is caught. Watch out. Eli Raridon to the 40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown Notre Dame. And they keep the 2-minute timeout alive. Oh my God. An 80-yard touchdown, one of the only deep balls we've gotten to watch this year, and it's the tight end breaking open. A catastrophic busted coverage as it was a defensive lineman, Caden Curry, as the main defender on Eli Raridon. I don't understand that at all. Like, has the CPU lost its mind since we've started this tournament? Because these have been some baffling coaching decisions. And just bad scheming that you wouldn't even expect to be in the game. So now it's a very important extra point attempt from their kicker, who I've forgotten the name of. He's not even listed on their roster anymore. But it's an 80-yard drive. They keep the 2-minute timeout. Crazy. So now they need to convert an onside kick. Here we go. It's going to bounce way up in the air, and it's caught by Ohio State. Can he fumble it? No. They will get the 2-minute timeout, but I mean, Notre Dame would need to stop them right here. Sayin fakes the handoff, runs it himself. He's going to be taken down, and that's the 2-minute timeout. So, best case scenario, Notre Dame gets the ball with about 20 seconds and no timeouts to drive the length of the field and score. Sayin hands it off to Jackson. Jackson's going to get taken down. That's a quick play. Folks, this could be one of the most impressive comebacks we've ever seen if Notre Dame is able to stop them on this 3rd and 12. It's going to be close. They chew the clock down to 1:28. Sayin is going to probably throw the ball here, and he's got to complete this. He sends Tate in motion. Takes the snap. All-out blitz from Notre Dame. Sayin launches. It's caught by number 20. He can't get there. It's 4th and 1. Julian Sayin does complete the pass, but they're in field goal range. This is going to be a 51-yard kick for Jaden Fielding to send Ohio State into the top 8 and the New Year's Six Bowls of Imperialism. Here's Jaden Fielding to win the game with 39 seconds to go. They're letting the clock run. Fielding's kick is good. And Ohio State, just when it looked like they might have been susceptible to a loss, get the field goal to go up by 10 with 31 seconds to go. Notre Dame will get the ball back, but their hopes of winning are essentially gone. 38-28 is the score now. If they had just sacked Sayin there, they might have had a chance. They will return the kick to the 5, to the 10. Jukes out one man and gets taken down with 27 seconds to go. They need to go 82 yards, essentially in one play. They can get Caden Curry lined up on Raritan again. That would be a pretty good start. And there he is. He's lined up with him again. Carr waits, avoids the pressure, has to stay behind the line of scrimmage. He throws it away at the last second. Smart play with 19 seconds to go. So here's 2nd and 10. Carr lines everybody up. He takes the snap, needs to throw deep right now. And he doesn't. He scrambles, 14 seconds. They're running out of spaces. Carr rolls, just throws it out of bounds again. And now the game is essentially over because they can't really get into the end zone with enough time to attempt an onside kick, recover the onside kick, and then go for a Hail Mary with only 9 seconds and 82 yards to go. 3rd and 10. They're backing everybody way up. Ohio State needs one more stop. Carr launches deep. The pass is incomplete. And that is going to do it. They'll get one more try, but it's mathematically impossible at this point. Notre Dame's going to fall short again. Ohio State has no other supremely talented teams left in their way besides the team that beat them in real life in the Miami Hurricanes. Here's your last play, Notre Dame. Take it in. Carr, under pressure, launches it deep. He actually threw it in bounds this time. The pass is dropped. And that's your ball game. Ohio State has won their 4th game of the tournament. They're 1 win away from an extra life here. Which reminds me, we have to give Illinois their extra life as well. There's the replay of the first down to Brandon Innes that essentially won them the game. Notre Dame kept it close, got a crazy 82-yard touchdown to try and keep this thing within distance, but Ohio State was too much. Let's go to the map. There we go. And Notre Dame, this is the best that you've ever done. You can relish that and go home being sad that you lost to Ohio State again. Bye-bye. There's actually only one tiny border that we have to get rid of this time. There we go. And can we make Ohio State's logo bigger? I think we can. Because we can bring it over here into the mid. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty obvious, isn't it? There we go. And then we can drag it over here and go even bigger. So Ohio State's been forced out of their comfy New York abode, and they must encompass their entire Rust Belt territory now. First things first, we got to give an extra life to Illinois. There we go. Pop that right over there. So high definition. Let's go to the wheel and eliminate Notre Dame. Bye-bye. Only 8 teams left. Let's go to stats. Julian Sand finished with only 184 yards, but he had 3 passing touchdowns, and that's what counts. CJ Carr finishes with 318, 2 scores, and a back-breaking interception. We go to running the ball. Jeremiah Love, 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was a good game for him, but nobody else was able to supplement for him. Ohio State, Bo Jackson had 61 rushing yards. Julian Sand added 18. Peoples with 3. Thurman with 4. Carnell Tate with 3. There's the longs. Let's go back to Ohio State. And we go to receiving. Why are the controller noises so loud? Must have reset that. Eli Raridan, 6 catches. I think that might be the record for this season of Imperialism. 148 receiving yards and a touchdown. Jaden Greathouse, 4 for 62. Malachi Fields, 3 for 28 and a tutty. Jordan Faison, 2 for 48. Jeremiah Love, 2 for 20. Cooper Flanagan, 2 for 12. Brandon Innes, 5 for 79. Max Clare, 3 for 23 and a tutty. Jeremiah Smith, 3 for 37 and a touchdown. Carnell Tate, 3 for 18 and a touchdown. James Peoples, 2 for 21. Will Kashmerek, 1 for 6. Kenyatta Jackson Jr., 2 TFLs and 1 sack. Adric Houston, 2 TFLs. Davis Enigmanason, 1 TFL. Caden Curry with 1. Sonny Styles with 1 and a pass breakup and a forced fumble. The interceptions, 1 goes to Caleb Downs with 1 interception, 37 return yards, and a pass breakup. Lorenzo Styles Jr. also added a pass breakup along with Sonny Styles, which I mentioned before. 3 forced fumbles as a team. Caden Curry, Malik Hartford, and Sonny Styles all get them. 2 of them were recovered with plenty of return yards. We also had a block. Sonny Styles blocked something. No safeties. And Caleb Downs gets a pick 6. Finally showing up and earning his blue chip reputation. As we go to Notre Dame. Devontae Smith with 1 TFL. Jordan Botelho adds 1. Drake Bowen adds 1. No sacks. No interceptions. Jalen Stroman has 2 pass breakups. Carson Hobbs adds 1. Leonard Moore adds 1. Gabriel Rubio adds a forced fumble. So many unfamiliar names. Did their roster get raided or something? No, Burnham was just shut down. He played. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to kicking. Noah Burnett made 4 extra points on the day. Jaden Fielding made 1 field goal and 5 extra points. An 8-point day for him. He did a great job. Let's just check punting real quick because somebody got blocked. Yeah, it was a blocked punt. Yikes. But that is the end of the game as we return to the wheel. Let's shuffle and begin again. We have reached the quarterfinals and the New Year's 6. Who's playing next? Is it Oregon? Is it finally Texas State's turn? Yes, it is. Now, Texas State has a very large border with Mexico where they can just jump down and avoid playing whatsoever. But they also border Arizona State and Illinois now. Let's see if the arrow will force them to play. And it will. That's going to be Northeast. Is it Arizona State or Illinois? This is a very, very important distinction. So we got to zoom in. Really get all those details in there. Place it right on the center of their logo. And honestly, I still can't tell. Hold on. Zoom and enhance. Right there. This is the center of the logo, and that is Arizona State. Okay, so it's happening once again. So far in this tournament, whenever we've had a team play another team for a second time, we have yet to see the original loser get revenge. Can Texas State somehow beat a Power 4 school twice? to earn one of the largest territories on the map? Let's find out, because it's Texas State versus Arizona State. Let's get it set up. There we go. Arizona State will play as the home team. And I got to check which bowl game we're doing here. Hold on. It's the Cotton Bowl. Okay. Which means that Texas State gets a bit of an advantage here. So there's Texas State. Let's get these uniforms right. Arizona State will go with their classic home uniform. Well, actually, no. Because the colors are so similar, I think we're going to go with something different for them. The away uniform is fun. The alternate uniform is all black. I think we might go with that. Or go with the all yellow, maybe. The throwback is nice and clean. The home option is all maroon. The away option is that. Away option 2. It's pretty good. Home option 2. They had a good uniform that I used the last time they played this game, but I think we're going to go with their second alternate here. Alternate is all black. SWT. Hold on. I think we're going to go with this for Texas State. And then we'll go with the all black for Arizona State. Here we go. It's the Cotton Bowl. Let it begin. We've got another rematch. It's our second in 3 games. And it's the last group of 5 team remaining on the map, making it all the way to the Cotton Bowl. Texas State got uncomfortably close to beating Oregon in the Marathon National Championship last February. Now, they've got another shot at beating a team from the Southwest to earn their spot in the top 7. Dizzying heights for a group of 5 school in season-long Imperialism. They've been hiding out at the bottom of the map, avoiding all conflict, but don't think this team doesn't deserve to be here. They've got every right as anybody else. They have 2 wins on their resume, including 1 against the team they're about to play. Arizona State playing their backup quarterback, especially after Sam Leavitt transferred off to join Lane Kiffin and the ring-chasing LSU Tigers. There goes the kick. Arizona State will start with the football. They'll return it from the 5. The 10, the 15 has got a little bit of blocking, but he only gets to the 18-yard line. And that is where Jeff Sims will get things started for the Sun Devils. Texas State needs to protect their quarterback, and Arizona State wants to create easy screens. Sims lines everybody up in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off in the first play. It's going to be taken down, and that will take us to Super Sim. Can Arizona State keep their magical run alive, or will Texas State become the true Cinderella of this tournament? Let's find out together, folks. Arizona State's first drive is stymied. Texas State goes up 7-0. 14-0. 14-7. Arizona State trying to respond. We go to the second half. It's still 14-7. 21-7. Arizona State in deep, deep trouble. They still can't score. 24-7. This game is going to end without us watching a single second. Texas State has pulled off the upset again. Truly unbelievable. The Bobcats will get the largest territory in group of 5 God, history. Knocking out the Sun Devils. Oh, man. Cotton Bowl champions, the Texas State Bobcats. You love to see it. You love to see those uniforms. Texas State has made it all the way. Let's go to the map. And it wasn't close. There we go. Arizona State. That's the end. You had a good run. You beat Oklahoma twice, but what an exit. Bye-bye. And they may be from the group of 5. They may be joining a very weird Pac-12 next year. But this Texas State team is not one to be messed with. Let's take a look at how big we can make that logo. Let's move it over here. And just go way down. Expand it up. Honestly, we can probably... Yeah, watch this. Even bigger. There we go. Texas State has arrived. I gotta make it slightly smaller. Oh, wait, no, I don't. No, I don't. There we go. As we go to the wheel and eliminate Arizona State. Goodbye. And now we go to stats. How did this happen? 24-7. Jeff Sims, 14-27, 173, 1 touchdown and a pick. Texas State, Brad Jackson, 11-19, 145, 1 touchdown. He did what he had to do. The run game supplemented with a crazy two-headed attack. Lincoln Pear, 20 for 65 and a touchdown. Brad Jackson adds 8 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown. Chris Don Jr. adds 1 carry for 2 yards. A 68-yard touchdown. Texas State and Ohio State don't get an extra life because Ohio State's only played 4 games, and that was, or they won 4 wins, and Texas State has only won 3. So they don't get extra lives yet, but they might. Who knows? They could be constantly landed onto the wheel, and they could get those one-ups. Let's see. As we go to Arizona State, Raleek Brown just wasn't good enough. They subbed him out subbed out Kanye Udo for Raleek Brown, and he hasn't been able to show up in the same way. Only 45 yards. Jeff Sims with 11, Udo with 3, Kyson Brown with 1, Jordan Tyson 1 carry for -3 yards. Speaking of Tyson, he had the lone touchdown for the Sun Devils with 67 receiving yards and 1 tutty, 49 for Shimon Mateer, 6 for Raleek Brown, 26 for Derek Eusebio, Malik McLean 1 for 11, Kanye Udo 1 for 9, Jalen Moss 1 for 5. For Texas State, Chris Don Jr. 5 catches, 83 yards. Kylan Evans 3 for 35 and a tutty. Bo Sparks 2 for 15. Maven Anderson 1 for 12. As we go to the defense for Texas State, taking down a Big 12 opponent twice like it's nothing. Cameron Washington 2 TFLs and a sack. Jalazen Landry 2 TFLs and a pass breakup. Jaden Rios 1 TFL and an interception. Kamari Terrell with 1 tackle for loss. Only 1 interception on the day. The pass breakups go to Will Mitchell II, Jalazen Landry, Khalil Alexander, and Camden Grogan. No forced fumbles, no blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. To Arizona State, Zach Swanson 2 TFLs, half a sack. CJ Fight 2 TFLs, half a sack. Clayton Smith, sorry, I got a little bit of a headache. 2 TFLs, half a sack. Zyrus Fiaso with 1 TFL. Keyshawn Elliott 1 TFL and half of a sack. No interceptions. Keith Abney II, Xavier Alford, and Zyrus Fiaso all with pass breakups. Keyshawn Elliott also forced a fumble, recovered that fumble, returned it for 31 yards. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. The kicking game, Jesus Gomez only made 1 extra point on the day. Texas State's kicker had a 6-point night. Michael James doing what he has to as we return to the main menu and another game in this crazy top 10. 7 teams left, and Texas State is still kicking. Who's next? No, come on. Oh boy. No rest for the underdog as Texas State will have to play 2 games in a row. Unless, of course, they make use of their giant new border with Mexico. They could play BYU, Ohio State, or Illinois here. Let's spin the arrow and find out if Texas State can skip to give somebody else a chance to play. No. They almost got it, but instead, it's going to be Texas State against BYU. Ugh, I don't think I like that matchup for Texas State. Let's take a look at which bowl game we're playing at as we set this one up. Yikes, yikes, yikes. It's going to be the Capital One Orange Bowl, so we will go to the site of the national championship for this one. Let's get it set up. BYU playing once again. This might be for an extra life. Let me double check that. It is. If BYU wins this game, they will secure an extra life. And they will certainly be favored against the last group of 5 team remaining. But Texas State will tell you, don't count us out of anything. My voice is so dead. We're going to go with the classic home uniform unless there's anything else more interesting for BYU. Their alternate is all navy. That's kind of nice. They've got an all-white look. The away option's exactly the same. The second alternate is... one second. Here we go. Sorry, somebody called me halfway through this. I think we're just going to go with their classic home uniform for this. Alternate option is like that. Nah. My God, they have so many uniforms. There we go. And we're going to put Texas State in the exact same uniform they just played with. The SWT alternate. Okay. It's another battle out west. This one in the Capital One Orange Bowl. Put it at 8 p.m. Let's get this thing started. BYU, just like Notre Dame, can claim that they have been disrespected by the CFP committee. Had a very good year, but had 2 chances to beat their conference's champion in Texas Tech, and they got obliterated in both. Now they must face another team from the great state of Texas as they try to take them down. It's going to be one hell of a battle here between 2 teams that consider themselves underdogs, one much more legitimately than the other. It's Brad Jackson and Texas State going up against the true freshman Bear Bachmeier and the BYU Cougars here at the site of the national championship, where we will play our natty on Monday at 2 p.m. unless you are unavailable at that point, in which case I'll reschedule to whenever you are available. It's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for you. BYU will get the ball first, and they'll get a chance to knock out Texas State to earn an extra life and the largest territory on the map. Kick return is not all that great, only to the 19-yard line, and that is where Bear Bachmeier will get things started. Do I have my water bottle here? I do. Let me grab that real quick. There we go. First play. There goes LJ Martin trying to find a hole, and he was able to pick up about 4 yards on the opening play for BYU. We will take this as Super Sim. Can Texas State somehow pull off a 4th victory in this tournament, going to the top 6? The answer to that question is no. BYU is going to take this one easily. 14-7, 21-7. Can Texas State respond? No. 27-7. BYU is going to make quick work of our underdog and eliminate Texas State 33-7. BYU now has an extra life and will go into the rest of this tournament armed with that 1-up. This might turn into a very long episode, y'all. We could go above 3 hours. BYU gets to take those oranges home and advance on to the Imperialism top 6. It's quite a large trophy. So you get to celebrate. There's the crazy eyes again. I forgot to update the lighting for this one. Let me do that. There we go. BYU's got their lighting now. Let's go to the map. Well, we had an underdog for a split second, but now they're gone. Texas State gave us one hell of a run, but it ends there with BYU. Bye-bye. Oh, they're back. Good. You figured out why I hung up on you without responding. That's good. I don't have to explain that later and be like, I'm so sorry. There we go. You guys picked quite the episode to make your first appearance of the year on. There we go. Oh, shoot. I'm doing this whole thing in the wrong layer. Hold on. Okay. Move over here. There we go. Drove to work and back and didn't die. Yay! Oh, that's so good. How long is that drive? I mean, who cares how long the drive is? You've got your license. You're all happy. Everything's working out. That's fantastic. There we go. Let's make this logo huge. Oh, we can make this thing so big. Watch this. Watch this. 45 minutes each way. Yikes. It's like my subway commute. Except you have to be like on and popping the whole time, driving through borderline New York traffic. We can make this thing so big. Bigger. There we go. That's about as big as we want to go. Oh my God, BYU. It's the motto of every 4-year-old in the world. Why? Anyway, let's go to the wheel. And eliminate... No, not BYU. Eliminate Texas State from the wheel. And give BYU an extra life. I forgot to do that. There we go. We can drop it right down here. Dan Smith. BYU. Love it. Right. Okay, so that's done. And Texas State's gone. We're down to the top 6. Let's go to stats. Bear Bachmeier, 183 and 2 touchdowns. Didn't really need to do much. Brad Jackson had a terrible game. Only 49 passing yards and a pick. Lincoln Pear had 83 yards on 34 carries while being down 26. No wonder you lost. Oh, my God. Long of 15. Brad Jackson didn't add anything. And substitute LJ Martin, 135 rushing yards. Fantastic game for him. Sion Moa adds 20. Bear Bachmeyer adds 30 and a tutty. Honga adds 2. There's the longs as we go to receiving. Carson Ryan, 4 for 50 and a tutty. Parker Kingston, 4 for 72. Chase Roberts, 2 for 20. JoJo Phillips, 2 for 9. LJ Martin, 1 for 11. Sion Moa, 1 for 8. Cody Hagan, 1 for 13. Shoot. Hold on. Screwed that up. Back to Texas State. Bo Sparks, 2 for 18. Lincoln Pear, 1 for 10. Chris Dawn, 1 for 7. Blake Smith, 1 for 14. As we go to defensive for Texas State. Bobby Crosby, 1 TFL. Julian Landry adds 1. Khalil Alexander adds 1. Michael Wakocha adds 1. Sack for Alexander. No interceptions. Will Mitchell is second, and Jaden Rios get the pass breakups. No forced fumbles. No blocks. No safeties. No touchdowns. Trying to go as fast as humanly possible here. Logan Latouille with 1 TFL. Raider DeMooney. Great name. Raider DeMooney. Maybe we'll go with that. 1 TFL. 1 interception. Great game for him. Bodie Schoonover with 1 TFL. Siale Acera with 1. Keanu Tanuvasa with 1. Isaiah Glasker with 1. No sacks. Oh, God. 2 pass breakups from Maury Bamba. Isaiah Glasker adds 1. Student made him do both. Ah, good. You have made a theater kid for life with that choice. That's good taste. Will Farron made 3 extra points, 4 of 5 kicking the ball. He just dominated in this game. Michael James made 1 extra point, not much else. As we go to the main menu with the top 6. Oh, this is a big wheel spin, folks. Can we please get a Florida battle? So we're not fully dependent on these 2 Florida schools. We're not going to get it. It's Illinois. Oh, my God. Okay. Illinois has it. They do share a border with UCF, but the share of that border is so tiny. Okay, I'm going to make a rule here. Illinois has an extra life, so they're not necessarily getting screwed over by this. We're going to say if the arrow goes anywhere from like south to southeast, past like the Louisiana section that you see right there, we're going to say Illinois plays UCF. And if it goes like off the Atlantic Ocean, obviously they skip, but they're also bordering Ohio State and BYU here. Let's spin this arrow and find out. Oh boy. And it's just barely a skip for Illinois, so they will not play just yet. We're going to shuffle again. Here we go. Please go to Florida. Please go to Florida. Please go to Florida. Please go to Florida. Stop, 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 stop. Yes! Oh, here they won by default. Yeah, like their national championship year. Here's UCF. They have played once. They beat Florida Atlantic like months ago, like September or something. But now they will either play Illinois, who takes up almost their entire border, or they'll play Miami, or they'll skip for the 5th time in this tournament. That's why they haven't played in forever. Here we go. That is straight down, and that is Miami. We're finally getting the Florida State Championship. UCF versus Miami. Let's get it set up. There's Miami, one of the best teams remaining, going up against, are they going to be in the U? There they are. UCF versus Miami. We've been waiting a long time for this one. We'll go with the classic home uniform for the Hurricanes, who haven't played in forever. And then UCF, I think we'll go home on home here, because that is a great. Oh, wait, no. They have a really, really good uniform. Hold on. 2023 Space U is pretty good, but we got to go to this year's Space U because y'all are not ready for how beautiful this uniform is. The weight alter is pretty great. But Space U, look at it. It's so pretty. Yeah, that's what we're going with, without hesitation. Oh, okay. Let me just double check to make sure this uniform stayed the same. We did that. It did. And the bowl game we're doing for this is Money Trees. So good. We just did the Orange Bowl, so now we're on to the Rose Bowl. So undeserving, honestly, with this random Florida State championship, but sure, why not? There's the Rose Bowl. It's going to be a 3:30 kickoff because it's got to be during the day. Rose Bowl's never at night. Let's get it going. UCF versus Miami. We've been waiting for this game for a long, long time to find out which Florida team will be the last in that tiny little bit of territory, avoiding everybody else like the plague. It has finally come to pass. UCF will finally be forced to play a football game in this tournament. Miami's played twice. They beat two teams, Florida International and somebody else that I'm totally blanking on. But they are in the national championship in real life for a reason. They have a completely stacked roster, and they're going to look to make quick work of Space U here. UCF, the school with the largest student body in the country. Miami getting set. Their overalls are so high. They've got Carson Beck, who is going to convince some NFL team to base their franchise around him, and that's going to be the funniest decision of the draft next year. There goes the return. He's taken down before the 20-yard line. So here comes the Miami offense led by Carson Beck and Mark Alexander, I think his name is. Mark Fletcher Jr., their running back. And their incredibly talented true freshman wide receiver whose name escapes me at the moment. They fake it to Fletcher, throw outside number 87, and he is dropped for only 4 yards, and that will take us to Super Sim. Can UCF make this an interesting ball game here in the Rose Bowl? Let's find out. 7-0? Not oh no. Oh no. Oh no. 26-7. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that's embarrassing. This is exactly what we expected to happen with UCF. They have been mulched by the Miami Hurricanes 42-7. Yikes. True yikes moment right there. UCF is dead. The coach shaking hands with not Mario Cristobal, who's not in this game. But they're celebrating. They got to hoist the trophy. They win the Rose Bowl. We'll see if we get a trophy presentation in a second. Are there no roses in the Rose Bowl celebration in this game? You failed. College Bowl 26. You've done so many other good things well. You failed. Anyway, let's go to the map. Oopsie. There we go. And honestly, the oranges are different enough that I don't really have to change them. Let's zoom in here, pop over here. UCF, you got exactly what was coming to you. That's all I can say. You made the top 6, though. Bye-bye. We got to make that smaller. It's felt very ominous. You're not wrong. It's a lot of Hurricanes. But their actual mascot's a duck. Could have written some songs about a big duck whose name is Hurricane. Among other reasons. Well, then you could have met Sydney. Before you ended up meeting Sydney anyway, so I don't know how much of a difference that would have made. Let's see how big we can make this logo. Honestly, not that. Yeah, does that fit? No. We're gonna pop back here. Yeah, we're just gonna keep it like that. We don't need to do an extra life. UCF, you're gone. And let's go to the stats. Why? So Carson Beck, 15 of 28, 174 and a tutty. He barely had to lift a finger in this game because Taven Jackson was just not up to snuff. Sydney. P. Sherman, 42, Wallaby Way City. I never changed the lighting for that. I really like the Miami colorway. Hold on. I screwed that up. There's... Uh-oh. Stop. There we go. Got the Miami lighting here. Miles Montgomery had 8 yards and a tutty. Taven Jackson had 36. Nobody else really wrote anything home to mama. Along with 34 for Taven Jackson. Meanwhile, for Miami, Mark Fletcher, 19 carries for 110 yards and 2 scores. Great game for him. Jordan Lyle adds 34 and a tutty and a fumble. Carson Beck, 3 for 2. Charmar Brown added nothing. CJ Daniels with only 1. There's the longs. Let's go to receiving. Alex Ballman, 5 for 71. Malachi Toney, that's his name. 3 for 26. Ray Joseph, 3 for 23. CJ Daniels, 2 for 32. Elijah Lofton, 1 for 8. Mark Fletcher Jr., 1 for 14. Nothing from UCF. Dwayne Thomas Jr. for 26. Dylan Wade had that much. Wade and Charles. Marcus Burke. Dylan Wade transferred from Maryland. I hope you enjoy getting your ass beat by Miami. Go to defensive. Malachi Lawrence, 2 TFLs, 1 sack. Jalen Hayward with 1. Philip Dunham with 1. John Walker with 1. No interceptions. Braden Marshall with a pass breakup. Horace Lockett with a pass breakup. Damari Henderson adds 1. Antoine Jackson forced the fumble, and he recovered. It didn't really make a difference for UCF as we go to Miami. Ruben Bain Jr., 3 TFLs and half a sack. Ahmad Moten Sr. with 2 TFLs. Charles Brantley adds 1. Justin Scott with 1 and a sack. Wesley Besant? No clue. 1 TFL and half a sack. No interceptions. 1 pass breakup for Ethan O'Connor. 2 forced fumbles for Besante. I better learn how to pronounce his name. Zechariah Poyser adds 1. And I'm going to say Besant only recovered 1 of those because of the glitch. 3 return yards. No blocks. No safeties. 1 safety for Ruben Bain Jr. Of course he got it. No touchdowns. Go to kicking. Bert Auburn, huge game. 16-point performance. That might be the tournament record. UCF, no ruleless with 1 made extra point. Just meh. Okay. We've reached a pivotal moment. It is the top 5. Illinois, BYU, Miami, Ohio State, and Oregon. Only real teams are left. Let the tournament begin. Who's going next? It's Oregon. They haven't played in a very long time. They just keep jumping out into the Pacific Ocean, and honestly, I don't blame them. The only team they border is BYU. So will it be Big 10 versus Big 12, or will Oregon chicken out once again? Here we go. They're chickening out, unless, of course, we see that this. Honestly, that's close. We gotta zoom in here to find out. Go over here. Put this direct. Oh my God. Directly in the center of the logo. I think that might be BYU. Where's my pennant? There it is. Also, this is what I use to measure. I hope you guys like it. Let me make sure I get this right. Yeah, that is the top corner of Northwest California, which means Oregon will play tonight. Hold on, let me take this back here. It's Oregon versus BYU. Let's get it set up. Yeah, there we go. So it's going to be BYU on this side. There they are. Let's get the uniforms right. BYU will go with their classic home again. They have no reason to do anything else. And Oregon, Redding, California, thanks you for the honorary mention. Don't mention it. Away fly era. Oh, that's just so pretty. But we got to go with something prettier. Shoe Duck is fun, and I don't think we've used it yet. So we're going to use Shoe Duck. $10 in tourism money generated. Excellent. Yeah, blue. Okay. Oh, what bowl game are we doing? We just did the Rose Bowl. So now it's the All-State Sugar Bowl. Okay. There it is. Going 8 p.m. kickoff. This is another absolutely huge matchup. It is the final battle for the West Coast. Well, maybe not if Oregon wins. But we'll see. BYU has an extra life that they have been given by virtue of their 5 victories in this tournament. Oregon has only played once, beating Oregon State into a paste earlier on in this tournament. And now we'll see if BYU, who has looked like one of the strongest teams of the tournament, can take out the Mighty Ducks. Here they come with their Shoe Duck uniforms, honoring Phil Knight, the man who funds the entire program and cannot seem to buy a national championship. As we switch back to the all blue for the Sugar Bowl here. 2 nationally ranked teams with a whole lot of money and a whole lot of reason to believe this tournament could be theirs, especially BYU, who's armed with an extra life. We've only had one team keep their extra life in their first game with it. Can BYU become the second here against Oregon? It's not a good kick return, only to the 15-yard line. And that is where we will get things started with Bear Bachmeier, the true freshman quarterback, playing once again. Carson Ryan getting a shout out here, an 87 overall tight end. Not as good as Kenyon Sadiq, who's a 95 overall. Bachmeier throws to the outside. It's going to be caught, and not too much of a gain there, only 5 yards, which brings us to Super Sim. Let's take one more look at this gorgeous stadium. Never mind, they're just going to show the quarterback. Here we go. Who will come out on top in this battle between Big 10 and Big 12? Let's find out. Oregon goes up 7. Oregon goes up 14. And this might be over, and it is. BYU can't respond. They are going to get shut out, and it's not. The West has not been won just yet. Oregon gets the win here, but BYU survives on account of their extra life, and they will get a chance to play once again the next time they get chosen by the wheel or the arrow. Another quick Super Sim game. We have yet to actually watch a game with people in the chat, which is a shame, but we'll get there eventually. I'm confident of that. Oregon celebrating with their low-key meaningless Sugar Bowl victory because their territory stays the exact same size, and BYU is still waiting there, hungry for the rematch, which is probably coming. As we go to the map and make a quick edit here, zoom out, move this up here, delete the extra life, and put that logo right back there where it came from, or so help me. Keep pushing. Okay. All right, let's go to the wheel and just get rid of BYU's extra life. Let's just go to stats real quick. I'm going to sneeze. Here we go. Dante Moore had a decent game. It would end up being a win. Noah Whittington, 18 carries for 97 yards. Dante Moore with 43. Micaiah Hughes with 29 and a tutty. There are the longs. BYU, LJ Martin had a bad game. That's all that can be said. We go to receiving. Cody Hagan, thank you. 45 yards with a tutty. Parker Kingston with 22. Chase Roberts with 14. Oregon's receivers, Decorian Moore with 58. Malik Benson with 77. Kenyon Sadiq, 3 for 30. Noah Whittington with 9. Just Low with 9. Jamari Johnson with 5. Gary Bryant Jr. with 16. Ashton Porter with 1 TFL, half a sack. Dylan Tyneman adds 1. Bear Alexander adds 1. Tatum Tuioti, 1 and 1. Amari Washington, 1.5. Mateo Wiangalale with 1 and 1. No interceptions. Aiden Breland and Mateo Wiangalale with pass breakups, no forced fumbles, no blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to BYU. Shoot. There we go. Bodie Schooner with 2 TFLs. Kafusi Pakofe adds 1.5 a sack. Evan Johnson with 1 TFL and an interception. Keanu Tanavasa, 1.5. Jack Kelly. Yes, his name is Jack Kelly. Isn't that incredible? With 1 TFL and 1 sack. Isaiah Glasser with 1 TFL. Evan Johnson with the only interception. Tommy Pratt, no pass breakups, no forced fumbles. Will Farron made 1 extra point, nothing else. Oregon's kicker, Atticus Sappington, great game. Another fantastic sports name right there. As we return to the main menu, we will have to play an extra game tonight. Isn't that fitting? Oh my God. All right, so we're staying with the top 5. Let's shuffle and go again. Will we stay out west? No, we're going back to the east with Ohio State. Jack Kelly is about the most basic name ever. You're not wrong. It's a very, very basic name. Ohio State going once again. They share a huge border with BYU. And they also share a massive border with Illinois. Those are the 2 options for the Buckeyes. Or they could just jump straight into Canada. Let's find out where they will go together. That's going to be northeast, and that's going to Canada, which means Ohio State will not play just yet. And we return once again to the wheel. This has a 40% chance of going west, and it will. It's a rematch, which means we're just gonna do the Sugar Bowl again. Screw it. Who can tell me no? BYU will get landed on. Oh, wait, no, it's not going to be the Sugar Bowl again because they might face either Illinois or Ohio State, or they might just drop straight into Mexico or the Pacific Ocean. Plenty of options for BYU that are not Oregon. Let's see if they go with Oregon anyway. Nope, they're just going to skip. So we keep on going. Shuffle and go again. Is it BYU? Yes, it is. The Cougars will have to spin for a second consecutive time. We set everybody up. Is that New Hampshire? Oh, you make a fantastic point. Oh my God. Wait. You know what? We're going to give it to them, especially because they're like the only team out here. Let's give them a free state. You are so right. Here we go. We are giving Ohio State the great state of New Hampshire. Here we go. Okay. Even more territory for the Buckeyes. As if they needed it. Let's break out this arrow and see if BYU will play this time. Oh my God, are they playing Oregon again? This is going to be really close. 1 second. We're going to just zoom in here. It is very Pirates of the Caribbean. You are right about that. Center of the logo. Oh, God. I hate the way that Y is shaped, man. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Jim. Let's see. That might be Canada. Oh my God, I have to zoom out in order to be able to see it properly. Hold on. We're gonna pop this here. Center of the logo is right there. And that little extra bit of Washington might doom Oregon here. Oh my God, I can't even. Oh, it's just the God, I still can't see it. What the hell? Hold on. I think I need something longer. Do I have anything longer? Oh no. Okay, this is about as long as I can go, and we can definitely see that. Oh, I screwed this up. Hold on. What? Yeah, I'm completely forgetting how to measure in these last moments of this tournament. It is going to hit. So it's BYU versus Oregon. That took so long. And we're getting the rematch right away, folks. Neither team has an extra life. Now, this is the true battle for the West. We're just going to go with the Sugar Bowl again. Except this time, we're flipping the lights. There we go. So there's Oregon. And then BYU on the other side, they will go with... We'll give them their home uniforms again. Why not? And then Oregon, I like that gangrene look, but honestly, we got to go with one of their other green looks. Fly Era has some really fun numbers, so then we're going to go with Fly Era here against BYU. Unless they have something more fun. They probably do. Away Fly Era is cool. We already did Shoe Duck. Heroes alternate is loud and garish. Gangrene option, nah. Fly Era option, nah. Heroes alternate, nah. Okay, hold on. Yeah, we're going with Fly Era. Okay. Let the rematch commence. We're jumping straight back into it to see if Oregon can finish off the job. Once again, every single team that has played an opponent twice has beaten them both times. Can Oregon continue that streak to eliminate BYU and take over the largest territory on the map going into the semifinals of Imperialism? People will say they haven't earned their territory. People will say they've just been hiding out west, jumping into Canada or the Pacific Ocean. But if they can beat BYU twice, then all of that criticism will stop. BYU has been one of the best teams in this tournament. And now they will take on the Ducks once again for a spot in the top 4. Here we go. It's Big Ten against the Big 12 champion, of Imperialism this year, the BYU Cougars, who got beat by Utah State in a crazy upset in last year's tournament. Now they are flexing their muscles in a very big way in 2026. Oregon will start with the ball. We will see one play from projected number 2 overall pick Dante Moore and the Oregon Ducks. There's the tight ends again, as if we haven't already seen them tonight. Already 90 minutes in. This is going to be a long night. Moore sends a man in motion, sends him back the other way. He waits, rolls, throws, short, going to be caught. And it's going to be just short of a first down for, I believe that's number 4. Who is that? He's not on the roster anymore because our lads is dumb. We're going to jump into Super Sim. Can BYU get revenge to keep their territory? Let's find out. No. We're just not going to watch any games tonight. That's fine. We're just going to skip through everything. In the most impactful episode, we've only watched one game. It's 28-0. BYU finally scores. And then just go back and forth, 31-7. That's the end of the game. All right. BYU's out. They get beat by a superior opposition. Oregon has made it to the top 4. A huge accomplishment for them, just like they did in real life, except there's no Indiana in their way this time, just Ohio State, Illinois, and Miami. The coaches meet at midfield. They shake hands. Oregon has won their 3rd game in the tournament. With 2 victories against BYU, who can stand in their way now? This is a very big moment for them as they win at the Superdome, and we return to the map. Go. And BYU. That's the end. Bye-bye. I think we have to change these. We do. Hold on. Gotta change these little islands here. One, 2, 3, 4. Are the islands in Texas? No. Any islands up here? No. Let's make this much bigger. There we go. Finally freeing Oregon from their very restrictive state borders. And let's make this, massive. Fans of last year's Imperialism Marathon will get very used to seeing Oregon with a logo this large, this late in the tournament. Because they won that tournament, and now they have a chance to win season-long Imperialism by pouncing late. Whoopsie. So these are your top 4. Oregon, Ohio State, Illinois, and Miami. Let's go to the wheel. Get rid of BYU. And let's go to stats. Dante Moore, 235 and 2 scores. He really showed up today. Bear Bachmeier with nothing to show for it. Bear Bachmeier had negative 60 rushing yards because he was sacked a ridiculous amount of times. Can't wait to see that defensive stat line. LJ Martin, 7 carries, 79 yards. But they couldn't give it to him more because they were behind by so much. Noah Whittington, 19 carries for 51 yards. We are gone to Oregon. We're the greatest public college. It scans. That's good. Dante Moore with 8 carries for 13. Micaiah Hughes, 4 for 27. Evan Stewart, 1 for 1. with 1 touchdown. Just Low with 5 catches for 67 yards and a touchdown. Kenyon Sadiq 4 for 41 and a tutty. Malik Benson 3 for 49. Noah Whittington with 29. Decorian Moore with 18. Evan Stewart with 17. Mekhi Hughes 1 for 14. BYU in their last game. Cody Hagan 5 for 61. Carson Ryan 5 for 56. Sion Moa with 7. JoJo Phillips with 4. Chase Roberts with 6. LJ Martin also with 6. I mean, it's good that you thought about it because you came up with a really good joke. It was quite good. That's the thing with like replacing lyrics. When it doesn't scan, it's not funny. But when it does scan, it's so good. Jack Kelly gets another TFL, but nothing else. He's usually higher effort than that, but I guess he's just ready to go home to Santa Fe. This is the funny part of this. Because BYU controlled the South, Jack Kelly had Santa Fe. He made it. He did it. Ephraim Asiata is his name. Jack Kelly gets 1. Half a sack for Justin Kirkland as well. Bodie Schoonover with 1. The other half a sack goes to Asiata. No interceptions. Tanner Wall gets a pass breakup. No forced fumbles. There we go. My God. Mateo Uyangalele with 5 tackles for loss and 3.5 sacks. Welcome to Imperialism, my dude. Aiden Breland with 2 and 2. Dalen Austin 2 and 1. Iffy Obidegwu with 1 TFL and half a sack. Tatum Tuioti with 1 and 1. So that is 2 sacks, 4.5, 8 sacks on the day for Oregon. No wonder BYU couldn't move the ball. 3 pass breakups go to Iffy Odubegwu, Kingston Lopa, and Dylan Tieneman. Kingston Lopa with 1 forced fumble. Nobody recovered. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. Atticus Sappington with 1 made field goal, 4 made extra points. He is coming on late. Will Farron with 1 made extra point. Cool. All right. We have now reached the top 4 proper. Just 4 teams remain. Who is going next? Will Illinois maintain their extra life all the way to the Natty, or will they be forced to play here? Because Miami is jumping back into the fray at a pivotal moment. The only team they border is Illinois. And just for context, Illinois beat Indiana in the 3rd game of this tournament, eliminating the likely winner of the real-life Natty before they even had a chance to blossom into who they truly are. So now, will the arrow point to Illinois, or does Miami escape playing once again? That is going to be Illinois. So we will see if Miami can eliminate Illinois' extra life and force us to play another game tonight. Wouldn't that be great? I mean, we might get a chance to watch one. I don't know. Miami is northwest, Gulf of Mexico, respinner. Well, it does feel hard, but now they're going to play, so it doesn't matter. That's why they've made it so far, is because, like, Florida just has that natural territory. But I did make a fix for that this year, where once we had an even number of teams that had played and teams that had not, I made a separate wheel of all the teams that hadn't played and spun that until every single team had played once. So when you get to those last 25 teams, everyone has earned their spot and they can't just chill without playing at all. So Miami played twice and they've earned their spot here. Now they have to play Illinois. So let's get it set up. There's Miami. And here's Illinois. Yeah. I think we go classic for Illinois. Do we have anything fun for Miami? Their alternate is all green. No. Their camo. What? That's so good. Home option, away option. Alternate option is green. 2024 alternate. This is the one. This is the uniform. I think in order to avoid... Honestly, they're different enough, but I think we'll go with the all orange. Or go with the throwback. Yeah, let's go with the throwback. Make this a truly chaotic uniform matchup. Because I make the rules. This is going to be the one that we watch as well. Watch. What bowl game is this? Now that we're here, it's the Fiesta Bowl. Okay, Fiesta Bowl is always chaotic. Can we actually get watchable chaos this time? Here we go. All right, it's the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. Miami's made it this far mostly by benefiting from their placement on the map and a couple wins against bad Florida teams. And now they actually have to play for something real against the Illinois Fighting Illini, who have an extra life. If Miami wins, all they're doing is taking away that extra life and setting up another rematch with the Fighting Illini almost certainly. Carson Beck and the Hurricanes walk on. Here at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. The network TV execs cannot believe these two teams would have chosen this chaotic of a uniform matchup, but the execs aren't in control. I am. This is going to be so ugly to watch. I don't care. Let's get it started. It's going to be Miami kicking off to Illinois. Here we go. In the Fiesta Bowl. That's going to drop down. Okay. So here comes Luke Altmaier. Or maybe it might be Miami. I actually can't really tell. Let's take a look at how these two uniforms look when they're stacked next to each other. You can tell them apart. You can mostly tell them apart. The pants help. The khaki pants really help. Altmaier drops back in 1st and 10. Wants to throw short. He does, and that is a great hit and tackle by number 3. That's Akeem Mesidor making the play on the outside. As we go to Super Sim. Can Miami knock off Illinois' extra life? The answer is maybe. It's 7-7, 10-7 now. Go to the second half. Miami's starting to stretch away. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Come on. Up. We're just going to skip to 4 minutes, and then we actually get to watch. Oh, my God. Miami punts it away. We're just going to run a little bit more time off the clock here. And with exactly 4 minutes to go, Illinois is marching. They just got sacked, so it's 2nd and 20 after Ruben Bain makes the big play. And we're actually getting to watch football on this stream for the first time in like an hour and a half. Isn't that miraculous? Illinois with the ball, trying to protect their extra life and eliminate Miami. Altmaier rolls out, throws to Laffrey short. It's caught, and he gets absolutely nowhere. Number 10 is able to make the stop for the Hurricanes. And I completely forgot to load the roster. Is going to have to do that now because both teams are playing. Shoot, hold on. I did that wrong. Where the hell's Illinois? There they are. Okay, 3rd and 21. Game on the line. Altmaier hit, and it's incomplete. A rough turn of events for Luke Altmaier as Illinois looks like they're going to drop that extra life just like everybody else has in their first game besides the Tennessee Volunteers earlier on in this tournament. 4th and 21. 1 or 2 first downs wins this game for Miami. There goes the punt. And it'll be returned to about the 24-yard line where Carson Beck will get a chance to salt this game away for the Hurricanes. Beck throws in the RPO. The outside, number 87, has the space. Jukes back inside and picks up about 7 yards. That's Alex Bauman, the senior transfer tight end, making that happen. Fake handoff. Beck throws short. Going to be caught. Watch out. Alex Bauman again. It's another timeout for Illinois, and they are running out of spaces here. They earned that extra life through grit and hard work, and beating Tennessee twice. Are they about to lose it to Miami in one fell swoop? It seems pretty likely. 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mark Fletcher, who bowls through a couple guys. And there goes Illinois' last timeout of the game. They have to make a stop on this set of downs, or Miami has won. It's that simple. Beck throws short. Caught! And that is essentially your ball game. Malachi Toney makes the catch to put this one away. It was close. Miami had control for a bit. Illinois made it a ball game, but Miami was able to close it out. They're going to run this clock down all the way, very close to the 2-minute warning. It's not technically over yet, but it's pretty much over. Beck waits one more first down or really kill it. They won't get it yet. Bauman makes another catch. Torrey Cox Jr.'s 5th tackle of the game. He's tackled in bounds, which means that takes us to the 2-minute timeout. Oh, boy. I mean, it doesn't mean much to Illinois. But, I mean, they'll rue the fact that they couldn't take this extra life all the way to the Natty. Beck fakes the handoff, wants to end it right here, and he does. They will line up in quarterback kneel formation. It's number 5 making the catch, who is not listed on Miami's depth chart, because of course he's not. But they're going to take this all the way down. Carson Beck will take the knee and eliminate Illinois' extra life just like that. And we don't really need to see the celebrations here because this game doesn't really matter since the next game is going to be the Fiesta Bowl once again. Illinois' extra life is gone. We can eliminate that, and we go to stats. Here we go. Luke Altmaier, 13-24, 144 and a touchdown. Couldn't really get anything going. Carson Beck, 19-26, 162 with 2 touchdowns and a pick. Mark Fletcher Jr., 13 for 68. Jordan Lyle added 5 for 43. There's the longs. Aiden Laffery. They had negative 23 yards rushing. Negative 23 yards rushing. Receiver core didn't really help much. Hank Beatty, 5 for 81. Hudson Clement, 3 for 36 and a tutty. Nothing else. Miami's receiver core. Ray Joseph, 5 for 50 and a touchdown. Keelan Marion with 5 for 12. Alex Bauman, 4 for 31. CJ Daniels, 3 for 51. Malachi Toney, 2 for 18. And we already did that. So we go to the defensive effort for the Hurricanes. How did they do? Plenty of tackles for loss. Justin Scott with 3 TFLs and half a sack. Akeem Mesidor adds 3 and half a sack. 2 and 2 for Ruben Bain. 2 for OJ Frederique Jr. Ahmad Moten adds 1. Kellen Wiley adds 1. Raul Aguirre Jr. adds 1. No interceptions. Charles Brantley, Wesley Bassant, Jacoby Thomas, and OJ Frederique Jr. all add pass breakups. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. We go to Illinois' defensive effort. Gabe Jackas with 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Matthew Bailey with 1. Tamiwa Durajaye with 1. Torrey Cox Jr. gets another interception. No pass breakups, no forced fumbles. We go to the kicking game. David Alano got 2 extra points. But the difference in this game was 2 field goals from Bert Auburn, who has been lights out both in this tournament and last year. So we go back to the main menu because we still have a Final Four, but all the extra lives are gone. There are only 3 games left in this tournament. We're doing 2 tonight and then 1 on Monday. Let's shuffle and find out who's going next. Will it be yet another rematch? It's certainly possible because Miami just got landed on once again. But yeah, with their territory, since they share a land border with Illinois, I just expanded that whole border all the way out so that any place where this hits anywhere in Illinois' territory, despite the fact that there's water on both sides, they play Miami regardless. So let's spin this arrow and find out if they play Illinois or if they skip and give the wheel to somebody else. They will skip. So we keep on going. And it's going to be the Buckeyes. Now, Ohio State, I believe, has 4 wins because they beat Notre Dame. That's their only game they've played today, which means they're up to 4 victories. And if they win this game, they'll have an extra life, which means this episode will continue to drag on and on and on forever. They could either play Oregon or Illinois, or they could just skip and give it right back to somebody else. Here we go. They will not skip, and we will get the Big Ten championship. Ohio State versus Illinois. If the Buckeyes win, they get an extra life and an absolutely huge territory. Let's get it set up. We'll keep the exact same lighting because Illinois is still at home. It's the battle for the Illabuck, which I didn't know was a thing until now, but I absolutely love that trophy. It is so cute. Illinois will go with their classic home, and Ohio State will go with the heritage stripe home uniform as well. And we'll make this the Fiesta Bowl once again. Here we go. So it will not be a rematch for Illinois this time. Instead, they have to face the most talented team in the tournament. The Ohio State Buckeyes, looking to win their first Imperialism trophy. Season-long Imperialism last year was won by the Texas Longhorns. Marathon Imperialism was won by the Oregon Ducks, who are still in this tournament. The Kickoff Invitational was won somehow by the Florida Gators. Who will win this auspicious honor? We're not finding out tonight, but we're certainly getting closer here because we already have our SEC champion in Tennessee. We have our Big 12 champion in BYU. We have our Group of 5 champion in Texas State. Now, no, this is not the Big Ten championship because Oregon's still right there and the Pac-12 doesn't exist. My mistake. But it's Ohio State versus Illinois here as we approach the 2-hour mark of this episode. Illinois will get the ball first, and we are underway in Glendale. Illinois returns the kick. He jukes past one guy, and then he's taken down. So here comes Luke Altmaier and the Illinois Fighting Illini, playing for their lives against the most talented team in the game. Altmaier drops back on the first play, throws, he's hit, that pass is caught, but for barely anything, it's going to be 2nd and 8 as we go to Super Sim. Okay. Can Illinois shock the world? and stop Ohio State from getting an extra life and making this video even longer? Let's find out. The answer is maybe. Just kidding, the answer is no. 21-3. They can't do anything to stop the Buckeyes. Ohio State has earned an extra life by winning 28-3 over the Fighting Illini, who have fought this hard to get this far, but they will come up short in the last four. It's an admirable effort from a Big Ten also-ran, but this tournament is for the front runners now. It's Ohio State, Oregon, and Miami as your final three. And Ohio State is armed with an extra life. Watch out, folks. The Buckeyes might be about to claim their first Imperialism title. As much as it pains me to say it. Let's go to the map. There we go. And we got to give a whole bunch of islands over here to Ohio State as well. I think there's some stuff over here that we gotta... Nope, there isn't. There's nothing else? Nope, there's one more thing. Hold on. There we go. And all of Louisiana is converted. Illinois, who had an impressive run, but it ends right there. Bye-bye. This is the most satisfying border elimination of the tournament. There we go. And drop over here. We finally get rid of the last bit of the Maryland border. Just like that. There we go. And now it's time to make Ohio State's logo just as big as Oregon's, if not bigger. Nice and chonky. All the way down to there. That's about as big as we can go. Except for a little bit more up that way. All right. Oh, shoot. Let's put that back and eliminate Illinois. And go to stats. I also have to give Ohio State their extra life, but I'll do that in a second. Luke Altmaier struggled again. Julian Sayin didn't have to do much because Bo Jackson, he didn't do much either. 10 carries, 35 yards, and a touchdown. James Peoples adds 34. Julian Sayin adds 6. CJ Donaldson adds 1 with a touchdown. Illinois, Aiden Laffrey finally had a good game. It didn't matter. Khalil Valentine adds 7. Hudson Clement adds 1 for 3. Let's just show Ohio State's receivers first. Brandon Innes, 4 for 52. Jeremiah Smith, 4 for 35 and a touchdown. Max Clare, 3 for 38. Will Kaczmarek, 1 for 14. Carnell Tate, 1 for 13. Bo Jackson, 1 for 1. We go to the Illinois receivers. Tanner Arkin, 5 for 33. Hank Beatty, 4 for 57. Colin Dixon, 3 for 13. Hudson Clement, 3 for 35. Cole Rusk, 1 for 12. Khalil Valentine, 1 for 6. The Fighting Illini defense in their last stand had 2 tackles for loss and 1 sack. No interceptions, no pass breakups, no forced fumbles. Nothing interesting to report. We go back to Ohio State. Katie McDonald with 1 TFL, half a sack. Edric Houston with 1 TFL. Caden Curry with 1 TFL, half a sack. Kenyatta Jackson Jr., 1 and 1. The interception goes to Davis Enigma-Nasson. He adds a pass breakup. Edric Houston, Sonny Styles, Malik Hartford all add pass breakups. Lorenzo Styles Jr. with a forced fumble. They do not recover. And it was not a pick six. Jaden Fielding made 4 extra points in the day. David Alano made 1 field goal. All right. Time for the last game of the night. This wheel spin could decide which team gets an automatic bye into the Imperialism National Championship on Monday. Let's shuffle and get it going. And Ohio State will get landed on again. But first, we must give them an extra life. Nope. Oh, come on. Just going to move you up here. Pop squad right there, and then put the Buckeyes right where they belong. There we go. Okay, so Ohio State's been landed on. They could face Oregon or Miami. Which team gets avoided here? Or do the Ohio State Buckeyes just skip everything and give the wheel to somebody else? Here we go. That's going to be Southwest. And, oh, that is so close. Got to put straight in the center of the S. There's a chance that that's Oregon if we follow the line all the way down. Let's take a look-see. And it is not. It's going to be a skip straight into the Gulf of Mexico. So we will shuffle the wheel and go again. Ohio State again. Nope, it's Oregon this time. They also have a huge amount of territory where they could just skip the entire thing. North, south, west. The only direction that really matters for them is east. Let's find out if that's the way the wheel points for Oregon. And it is not. Oregon skips again, which means we go back to the wheel. These teams really want to make the natty without having to earn it. Here we go. And now it's Miami's turn to see if they can get a skip. Never mind, it switched to Oregon at the very last second, so Oregon has to spin the arrow a second time. And this time they will play, which means Miami, just like in real life, is going on to the Imperialism National Championship. Unless, of course, Oregon wins this game and forces Ohio State back down to mortality, in which case we're going to have to play another game tonight. Let's get it set up. Oregon versus Ohio State in the... God, what's the last bowl? Why can't I think? Well, we'll figure it out in a second. It's Ohio State at home. We're going to go home versus home here. Two very evenly matched teams facing off for the Big Ten Championship unless, of course, Oregon wins. And it's the Peach Bowl is the last game we haven't done yet. Out in Atlanta. Here we go. Oregon versus Ohio State. This was a matchup that happened twice during Marathon Imperialism. And Oregon was able to win both, I think. Here comes Dante Moore. And Julian Sayin and Jeremiah Smith and Arvell Reese and so many superstars on either side of the ball for both teams. Playing for a right to move on, potentially, to the national championship if Ohio State wins, or to a rematch, or just another game at the Peach Bowl if Oregon's able to get the dub. Is this going to be another game that we skip through entirely? We're over 2 hours into this stream. Oh, I got to get the lights right. Hold on. There we go. It's a good takedown of number 5 there. And here come the Buckeyes. Beginning to lose my energy just a little bit here. Sayin lines up in the shotgun on the opening play for Ohio State. Tosses to the outside. Jeremiah Smith is tackled. It's a TFL in the opening play for Oregon's defense. Very good play for them. As we take this to Super Sim. Will this game be close? The answer is yes, it will. It's 14-7. Oregon trying to desperately to pull away. 21-14. Ohio State keeping it close. 21-21 and stop. 4:07 to go. We're jumping in because that is a made kick for Jaden Fielding. Oregon down by 3 at the 25-yard line, getting this thing started. Moore hands it off. It's a beautiful tackle for loss there by number 96 for Ohio State's defense. That's Edric Houston making the stop. So it'll be 2nd and 14 as Dante Moore lines up in the empty set. Season on the line. Pressure from Ohio State. He's going to throw short. Can be caught. That's going to be a first down for Oregon. Beautiful play to the true freshman, 5-star phenom, DeCorian Moore, as Dante Moore goes over 200 yards passing on the day. Oregon really wants to live to fight another day and potentially set up a rematch with Ohio State to decide who's going on to the Natty. Moore drops back, hands off to number 20, and he is dropped in the backfield for absolutely nothing. A fantastic play there made by number 8, Arvell Reese. All right, 2nd and 10 for Oregon. Moore, an all-out blitz, floats it over the middle. That pass is dropped. Number 18 is there to make the stop for Ohio State. That's Jalen McClain making the stop for that defense. Third and 10. Imperialism National Championship on the line. And that pass is broken up and incomplete. It all comes down to this for Oregon. Do they decide to go for it on 4th and 10 deep in their own territory? Or do they punt it away and hope their defense can make a stop? Which would be very hard to do against a talented Ohio State offense. And they're going to give up. Ohio State is 2 first downs away from the Imperialism National Championship, armed with an extra life. It's going to be half number 20, and he is dropped for a loss. And I don't even know who number 20 is. C.J. Donaldson, Bo Jackson, I don't know. Sayin hands off to Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson is dropped for a loss. Big time tackle by Oregon's defense, which sets up a third down and like 7 to decide the season. Say lines everybody up. He sends Smith in motion. He's going to throw. He waits. Throws for the first down. It's caught by Carnell Tate. And the Ohio State Buckeyes have Oregon on the ropes. One more first down effectively ends this game. Carnell Tate, the future NFL wide receiver, making a big time play there. Sayin throws over the middle. It's going to be caught. Smith spins. Cannot get the first down. But that will take us down to the 2-minute timeout. All Ohio State has to do is gain 2 yards. And they've made the natty. Can Oregon pull off a miraculous stop? Sayin hands off to Jackson on the outside. He does not get there. It's a good tackle made by number 99, I think. Terrence Green making the stop. Wait, no, they said he got it. They said he got the... No. That's not a first down. Oh my God, and I can't challenge. I can't challenge the play because I'm not controlling a team. But I can't view instant replay either because... Oh no. That's the end. Oregon has been eliminated on a suspicious referee call that I can't challenge. And the Ohio State Buckeyes are going to the national championship. 24-21 over the Oregon Ducks. And they will keep their extra life for the natty, which could make for a very long stream if we have to play the game twice. Oh my goodness. I really want to look at the highlights to see if he actually made that first down because I cannot believe that referee decision. He didn't get it. He didn't get the first down, but they gave it to him regardless, and I couldn't change anything about it. I am so sorry. Unless, of course, he did get the first down, and then I'm not actually sorry at all. So let's check that highlight before we do anything else. They said he gained 2 yards. First down marker was at the 38. Or no, the 42. Gets outside. It's very, very close. That is a generous spot. He gets past the 42, but the first down marker is at the 42.5. That's not a first down. They would have gotten on the next play anyway, but my God. Awful call from the refs. Let's go to the map, though. In Oregon, that's why you play more games, man. Bye-bye. Here we go. Another very satisfying border elimination here. Let's make this way bigger. Go. All the way up to there. We're going to move this guy over here. It's time for Ohio State to claim their crown. Let's see how big we can go. We've got to zoom out in order to fully fit them. And you have to think this is how Buckeyes fans look at themselves in the mirror. With the world revolving around them in their color. Their extra life taking up refuge here in the great state of North Carolina. Right where James Madison used to be. Ohio State versus Miami is going to be your national championship. We might have to play it twice. But Oregon is gone. And we will add this. Let's go to stats one more time. Julian Sayin, 18 of 27, 206 and 2 touchdowns. Dante Moore, 17 of 24, 208, 2 touchdowns and a back-breaking interception. Noah Whittington, 10 carries for 71 yards and a touchdown. Mekhi Hughes with 6 for 17. Dante Moore, 3 for 8. Evan Stewart, 1 for 4. Justice Lowe, 1 for 2. Julian Sand had 11 carries for 3 yards. James Peoples, that's his name, 7 for 24. And Bo Jackson, 6 for 15. We go to the receiving game. Carnell Tate, 5 for 84 and 2 touchdowns. Massive game for him. Jeremiah Smith, 4 for 40. Brandon Ennis, 3 for 27. James Peoples, 3 for 20. Will Kitchmark, 1 for 14. Bryson Rogers, 1 for 9. Bo Jackson, 1 for 12. Oregon's receivers. Malik Benson, 3 for 25. Justice Lowe, 3 for 51. Kenyon Sadiq, 3 for 41. Decoria Moore, 3 for 47. Mekhi Hughes, 2 for 18. Noah Whittington, 2 for 13. Evan Stewart, 1 for 13. Touchdowns to go to Kenyon Sadiq and Noah Whittington. Mateo Uiagalelei, 4 tackles for loss and 4 sacks. So he didn't go down without a fight. Terrence Green, 1-0. Amari Washington, 1-1. 1-1 for Bear Alexander. Dalen Austin with 1 TFL. No interceptions. Dalen Austin, the only pass breakup in the game. They didn't even play Oregon's super talented freshman. Guess he's not on the depth chart. That's dumb. No forced fumbles, no recoveries, no blocks, no safeties, and touchdowns. As for Ohio State's defense, no sacks. Arvell Reese, Caden Curry, Caden McDonald, Edgar Houston, and Sonny Styles all with 1 TFL each. Davis Enigmanasson gets the game-changing interception. Jalen McLean with a pass breakup. Caden Curry with a forced fumble. And a recovery with 22 return yards. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. Jaden Fielding, 1 made field goal, 3 made extra points. The field goal was the difference. Atticus Sappington with 3 made extra points. The kick was from 52 yards, so he really earned it. Now we go back to the main menu. Folks, this is your map with 1 game to play. But first I got to change some islands over to Ohio State. Let's do that first. There we go. And now here's your map. It's Ohio State and it's Miami. Ohio State's played 6 times. Miami has only played 3. No, they played 4? Is that right? 1, 2. They beat UCF and they beat Illinois. Yeah, that means that if Miami wins, oh my God, we might have a 3-game national championship. You know what? Screw it. I think I'm moving up the Natty stream to 12 noon on Monday because it might go for like 3 hours if we have to play this game 3 separate times. Oh boy. But I'll see you then for our last episode of the season before a possible marathon later in February. We'll see how I'm feeling about that. But we're right there. We're almost to the end. See you on Monday.